Welcome to Moana's Meadow Report. Today is September 13th, 2018, Thursday. My name is Moana, and my Meadow Report is just a report on my day, 6 to 13 minutes long, and I like to include where we're at with the Baby Step program with Dave Ramsey. So, a refresher on Baby Step number 1 and 2. So number 1 is your starter emergency fund of $1,000. Baby Step number 2 is get out of debt, everything except for your house. So with Baby Step number 1, I did have to dip into it of the emergency fund, just $100. So I'll just be replenishing that $100 in about 7 days when I get paid. I needed to get gas and a few other things, so I'm not beating myself up over that. I am bummed that I was only able to keep that $1,000 in there for 6 days. So once I replenish that $100 in there to get it to $1,000, I'm hoping to let that stay at $1,000 for more than 6 days. With the Baby Step number 2, what happened was I paid for 5 different bills to get out of debt, everything but my house. However, I just needed to kind of calm down and just do 4 out of my bills or 3 of my bills to get out of debt, to make sure I allotted myself enough money to cover gas and little essentials throughout the rest of the week until I got paid again. So I'm really looking forward to my next payday, so I'm just getting a feel for things and knowing how to manage it. I did work today. I stayed throughout my entire shift, and then we had an appointment, an optical appointment for my husband to see if his prescription changed at all. And it actually did change a little bit since December. So that was interesting to see. The reason for doing that checkup is to make sure we get replacement lenses for 2 of his glasses, because we realized the blue light lens has been really assisting him with avoiding headaches that he used to always have. After work, he's sitting in front of a computer all day, and then he has other interests that he likes to work on when he gets home from work. So it's like he's exhausted, he has a huge headache, then he gets home and works on things some more on the computers. So with the blue light lens, it's been assisting him where he's not completely wiped out after work. So we definitely need to do those changes and upgrade on those other 2 lenses, or glasses of his lenses. Okay, so what else? Oh, and me and my husband have been married for 15 years. We had our anniversary like 2 weeks ago or so. And due to our financial situation, we've never been one to celebrate our anniversary or really celebrate Christmas. So with these changes and the confidence that's built with this emergency fund, and with the security that's going to be built with getting out of debt, we're going to be starting to looking forward to events like Christmas. Because before it was like, it was fine, really humble, maybe one present under the Christmas tree if there is a present at all. But my husband always traditionally preferred that we at least still put up a Christmas tree, just to get in the spirit. But 15 years ago when we did get married, we had so much money tied up in those the payday loans. And we were in a huge mess. There was a time where we were juggling, like, I believe up to 5 payday loans. It was not a good feeling. And it was definitely not only a life of scarcity and fear, but just nothing to look forward to, and actually no real hope of getting out of what we were in. Like, we didn't know there could be any other life than just having to go to this payday loan to write another check to extend the loan, having to go to that payday loan place to do this, like so many payday loan places. It was crazy. So one day I'll compile a list of all the payday loans that we had, and just so I could look back and go, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of us that we haven't fallen into that trap again. And there would be a time also that when it came to taxes, we were completely dreading it. And not only dreading it, but like putting it off as far as possible, passing all the deadlines, and still not, still dragging our feet on paying taxes, because we're like, we're going to have to owe. And now it's like every day. So me and my husband don't have our own kids yet, but every year we're like, yes, time to do our taxes. Let's see how much money we're getting back. Whereas before, we probably had a huge income problem, and we probably didn't know how to file properly. So before, we'd owe, and we would just be like, oh man, tax day is horrible. But now it's like a huge shift, and I'll have to try to remember when we started looking forward to tax day. I'm thinking it's been just recently, in the past 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years, because we had a friend of ours recommend their tax guy. And before, we used to only ever go to like H&R Block, and we'd think that these H&R Block people would be taking care of us, and then we'd realize, wait, you don't typically do taxes. You're just a person that needed a job, was hired, and then was told, fill out this box when it has this, and fill out that box. And they weren't like certified or even a CPA of any sort. So when our friend referred us to her tax guy, he is magical. He could just get all your paperwork, ask you about 5 key questions, and in about 20 minutes, he's like, okay, you're done. And we're like, what? So the first 2 times that we used him, we're like, is this real life? Because then somehow it felt like he'd get money for us. And now we're just like, yeah, he's just that good. And we've referred 3 or 4, maybe even more of our friends to him. And all of them are like, he's amazing. He's so knowledgeable and so quick. And wow. And we're like, yeah, we told you. So I'm really happy with that shift. I'm really happy with the payday loan shift of not ever feeling inclined to walk through the doors of any of those payday loan places. And if you're intending on getting out of debt, or trying to stop any behavior like getting loans at payday loan places, or trying to change the pattern up of never looking forward to doing your taxes or things like that, and you're wanting to make a shift, then I wish you the best of luck. We've been there. We know how it feels, and just things can change for you. So just mainly like a shift in your, well, paradigm shift, but a shift in your mindset, your thinking, and knowing that there's answers out there. There's other ways. I haven't read this book, but I think it's called The Third Door. It's not the front door, and it's not the side door. There's a whole nother door that you didn't know you could use. And like Tom Bilyeu says, just realize you're in the Matrix. So if you want to get out of the Matrix as well, then the best of luck to you. And you've got this. Stay meowsing. Meow.